Thank you for your testimony. So your testimony is that in many cases, people who are being represented in these proceedings, excuse me, do have an actual legal, rightful claim to pursue legal status in the United States, and that the availability of these types of legal services help them to achieve that status that they are entitled to. Do I have that right?
Yes, Representative Turner, that's 100% accurate.
And I've heard that, or read somewhere, that when people are not represented, if they are not English speakers, oftentimes the judge has to go find an interpreter just to even begin hearing their case, and that takes the court's time. And as we've already heard, there's a backlog in these courts. But when someone is represented, that barrier is removed. There's not a need to go find an interpreter, and so that actually speeds up the proceedings. Is that your experience?
Yes, it is. And it's virtually impossible for somebody to do the legal services that are provided in these legal clinics pro se.
Okay. And at the end of the day, what we're talking about with this bill is decisions made at the local level, whether this local officials essentially determining if this is a resource or service that is needed in their community within their constituencies, right? And if they determine there's not a need for it, then presumably they won't put public dollars into it. But if they do determine there's a need for it, either because of a high percentage of workforce being immigrants or other reasons, then they have the ability to do that currently. Is that right?
Yes. And at the end of the day, this really is about contributing to our economy and is a workforce solution to help people get the lawful permission to work so that they can become contributors to our economy.
Absolutely. And lastly, I assume that a lot of these types of cases involve mixed status families. Am I right on that?
Yes.
That you might have a child who is a citizen, perhaps a mom or dad who's not, and they're the ones having to go to court to go through this process. But in some ways, I would presume, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but these types of proceedings help to keep families together in some cases.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you.